am, 1 week after saying I wasn't going to be filming any videos, filming a video, and that is because I found myself in sort of a limbo weekend where I haven't got anything that immediately needs doing like right now that is crucial, that has to be done at this exact moment. And it's the first time I have had a day like that in quite a while, because I had essays due over Christmas and I had a dissertation deadline which was on Monday, and I had a big stress about that. And I also was trying to get my master's application in as soon as possible, and now that's finished, I don't have to do any more to it. So I've got a bit of time, about 1 week before I need to start thinking about formative essays, and my next dissertation deadline is for the end of term and it's 2,000 words to write, which I have already got planned out. So I have this weekend of this term to be just a little bit more chill, whereas next weekend it will be panic stations for the formatives, and then that panic station will move into the big essays and the dissertation, and it will just stay like that until May. So I'm taking that opportunity of having this weird limbo day where I'm just like, I'm lost because there are things that I can do casually over the weekend. The 2 books I need to read for next week, I can just take my time over them over the weekend. So today I thought I would film the January Books That Matter unboxing. Books That Matter is a feminist subscription box that will send you 1 book a month, as well as at least 3 different gifts to go in the box, all surrounded by the theme of the month. January's theme is fairy tales, and it was a really good job. And February's theme is banned books, which my friend Zara, who adopted by Addams, who runs the Feeling My Shelf book club, actually bought me the February box because I can't afford to buy the boxes for a while, so she bought it for me and wasn't going to tell me, but then I spoke to her. The fairy tale box was a really good box, and it is one of my favourite themes that we've had so far, so I'll just start opening things. And the first thing that we have is an everyday princess calendar. It's one of the small ones that you can hook up onto your wall, and it has all these different illustrations of everyday bodies in these lovely cartoon illustrations. I already have a calendar because every year I always get a Doctor Who calendar because I am a massive Doctor Who fan, so I think I might actually cut these up and just cut them across and use them as art prints. Next thing that we have in the box is a Joe Teas Co. Feisty Turmeric Guru tea. Turmeric tea is a tea that I usually keep around the house actually. It's one of the teas that I tend to have when I'm ill because turmeric is meant to help your immune system. So this is a tea that I know I already like, and I also like the fact that it's a feisty tea because the next thing we have in the box is a Bookish and Bakewell pin that is Princess Leia, and it says Self-Rescuing Princess on it. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. In fact, I haven't seen the originals, although I do tend to have seen the new movies because my mum is a big Star Wars fan, whereas my loyalties are to Doctor Who when it comes to sci-fi, but I do watch them when Mum has them on, so I do know of Princess Leia. I think it's really cute as well, and really like the fact that they've expanded into nerd culture as well as bookish culture. The next thing in the box actually weirdly correlates with what I'm doing at university, because one of the books I need to read for my British Sci-Fi and Fantasy module is The Magic Toy Shop by Angela Carter. I gave this 3.5 stars originally, but the more I think about it, the more it keeps playing on my mind, and I actually think I might bump up the rating to 4 stars. But I enjoy Angela Carter's twisted writing style, and like the way she makes you feel really uncomfortable, and she includes a lot of fairy tale references in this, and she has written another book called The Bloody Chamber, of which this candle is named after. I mean, look at how pretty. Nothing is focusing today. So Angela Carter writes twisted fairy tales, and so we've got a candle that's named after the Bloody Chamber, and it's bergamot, cedar, and I want to say that says Messiah wood, and it is a very, very glittery candle. It's a very nice smell, but I can't burn candles while I'm at uni, so that'll go home and be put on our mantelpiece because my mum likes burning candles. And it's also made me really want to read The Bloody Chamber, because after reading this, even though it left me feeling really uncomfortable, I think I like the way that it left me feeling really uncomfortable. And of course we always have a bookmark, and I think this might be one of my favourite bookmarks we had so far, and it says Once Upon a Time with a galaxy behind it on one side, and on the other side it says The End. And the book that we have this month is a really exciting one for me. It's a collection of short stories and it's called The Little Book of Fairy Tales, Weird and Wonderful Original Fairy Tales and Bold Retellings. And this is actually by a publishing company called Dancing Bear Publications, which was set up apparently by 2 Books That Matter subscribers. So they're a new, smaller indie publishing company, and they're also really nice because I've interacted with them a little bit on Instagram. So they're very polite in the way they interact with people. It's got all the names of the contributing authors on the back, and the Books That Matter description says, "This is an anthology in which 81.8% of the stories feature characters that are disabled, BAME, LGBT+, genderqueer, or experience mental health issues. These are framed within a fairy tale setting, turning the original stories into something that reflects and speaks on modern day, and puts those who have been excluded from the telling at the centre stage. And they say it's been a pleasure to work with Dancing Bear Publications." So this is really cute. And it's also come at a time where, as you know, I can't be doing much reading of my own right now. So when I do have a dip and I finish the miniatures, short stories is the way to go for me. Which is also great because they got other short story collections by Books That Matter. Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado is another one that we got in November. So this is another short story collection that I can delve into. And we also had in December one a poetry anthology, so things that you can read in little snippets, because that's all I get time to do at the moment between the amount I need to be reading for uni, there's little snippets. So Books That Matter are the people that are providing me with that, because I always go straight for YA high fantasy novels when I buy books for myself. So it's great to have these in my arsenal so I can keep some sort of my own reading going. So that is everything in the Books That Matter box for January. Thank you so much to Adopted by Addams for buying me the February box, which will be on its way soon, and I'll film a video of that when I can. I'm going to continue half procrastinating, half chipping at some sort of reading for the rest of the day. I'm going to go to student cinema tonight. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.